Hello, today I will discuss with you about the irrigation planning through use of Google Map. Here we will show you how we make irrigation planning of the Shahabuddin Canal, which is situated in Pulekumri city, near to Pulekumri city. It is 12 kilometers from the Pulekumri city towards Mazar-e Sharif. So this is the location of the Shahabuddin Canal. This is the location of the Shahabuddin Canal intake. This intake was built in 2008 by early implementation project, but it was damaged by flood due to faulty construction. And and then in our idea program, we have a plan for the intake construction, and we are during the design phase, we also plan the irrigation canal system. So how it is. So for the convenience of the explanation of the irrigation system, I have drawn up some small lines of the canal, but I'll show you how to make irrigation planning for a new project or a rehabilitation of a project. First of all, when you want to plan a irrigation canal intake, you have to know the low water level and the high water level of that area. So you will know it from the hydrological study, low water level and high water level, and also low flow discharge and high flow discharge at that location. So we'll here we have to assess the water level, low flow water level and high flow water level. So this is the most important thing to assess the irrigation intake. We have a sluice over here and also a intake for the irrigation withdrawal. Actually, the water level over here, we have seen if we have a divider, if we have a small 40 to 50-meter wall, and also we have a guide wall, then we can have sufficient head for the irrigation season, for the winter crops, and also, as well as for the rice cultivation. So you can see a faint line. This is the main irrigation canal, but I will show you how we can draw. So if you may little bit enlarge it, then you will see the Google Earth map. If you enlarge it, then you will see the canal is visible. You can see the canal is this is a natural channel existing, and we will have the intake over here. And then I want to make some alignment plan for you so that you could understand the irrigation planning. In the irrigation planning, first you have to assess the how you will run the main irrigation canal. If it is the existing canal, then you have to see how the existing canal is moving, and accordingly you have to make some planning so that you can get the sufficient grading. In irrigation canal, from high land to lower land, the water is flowing. So you have the main irrigation canal should run through the higher land, and the controlling level of the irrigation canal is the intake level. Low water level of the intake is the controlling level of the irrigation water for this season. If the season is winter season, then the low water level, and if the season is a bit yeah, in June, July, then it will be the level of the June, July. But normally we take the low water level. That is the main criteria for selection of the irrigation canal head. If you see that I have already traveled around, uh, I have traveled around 1.4 kilometer. So you can see with this 1.4 kilometer how the land slope. Let us see the land slope. Here is the level of the at the intake side 1601, and at the end of the 1.4 kilometer it is 1.411.92 meter is 596. So it is almost um, 5 meter fall. So there is a gradient of 5 meter. So this is quite high gradient. Then I'll run little bit and then I'll show you the how to plan a irrigation canal. And you can see that the houses are there. You can see the houses are there, and our canal is passing just in between the houses, so it is not crossing the houses, eh? So this is one of the feature that you have to know, that the in Google map you will see the houses, you will see the road, so you can plan your irrigation system accordingly. You can see another canal is passing side by side, so there is some difference, and in some places there are some wall for the uh, separation of the flow of the two canal. This is Ajmer canal and this is the Shahabuddin canal. So this way, now if you see the land level, you can see the land level is flowing through slowly toward down. It is I traveled around 3.33 kilometer, and it is 601 here, and the level is 590. So it is 11 meters in 3.3 kilometer. Quite good slope, I will say. So this way, if we move, then you can see that there is a general gradient over there. So now I will show you. This is the main irrigation canal. We have the layout for the main irrigation canal. I have given it earlier, so you can see this one. I will show you more clearly this irrigation canal. I'll make the line a bit thicker to differentiate it from the other canal. This is the main irrigation canal. If I give a land slope, if you want to see the land slope, you can see here is 601 and here is 571. So there is a smooth gradient over here for the transfer of water. Now you see another interesting point. Then the water will automatically flow from the up to down. So intake level, if you can transfer the water will reach over here. Now I will show you another condition. You can see from here, if I draw a line, if I draw a line from here to here, and then if you show this elevation, you can see this is the higher land. It is 580, and here is 546. So water will automatically go this side. If I travel little bit like this, the water will go. You can see the water will go. So this is the canal. That water goes up to here, 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 like this. So you can, with the Google map, you can just see how the water goes. So this is one of the example. We have a lot of branch channel. You know, to convey water from here to here is very difficult. Here to here is very difficult. Although there is a slope, but there are houses, there are other things. So you need a number of branch channels. So we have a number of branch channel. So you have a number of branch channel. I'll show you. These branch channels are nicely planned, one after another. So these branch channels are quite intensive. I will say 5, 6 branch channel here. We have for the Shahabuddin Canal. So there are a number of branch channels. You can see these branch channels. You can see separate branch channels. So these are already drawn. So these are the branch channel that will irrigate the whole area. To distribute water through the branch channel, so there will be some problem. There is the main water will be flowing through the main canal, and then it will be distributed to the branch channel. So you need some control devices in this area. These control devices will control the flow of water. This is called off-take structures, or you can say a control structure. So this there will be one controller structure here, one controller structure here. On each branch channel, there will be each and every there will be lot of control structures to control the water level and to control the water in the branch channel. That will manage the whole command area of the project. Otherwise, you cannot control. All the water will be taken up by two, three canals, and this area will not be irrigated. So you need a number of branch channel to control the water. Branch channel structure. You need a structure in every point. Another issue is this. You have a big canals, and this big canal has a big slope, and this slope is quite high. So there is necessity, if in calculation you will get some that the water level will be reducing rapidly, so you may not get the water requisite water in any branch. That may occur because there are some branch channel outlet which which are little bit higher than the other outlets. So you need some control structure in the main irrigation canal. So you need a number of check structure. In some places, one or two check structure is given to head up the water. So maybe here we need a one check structure. Here we need another check structure. So like this, we have to make some check structure. So every time when you irrigate the land, your check structure will control the water, and check structure will control the level also. So function of the check structure is to control the flow in the irrigation canal. This way, you have to manage the irrigation system so that the whole command area is irrigated. You have Shahuddin Canal command area. I have already marked it. The command area is up to here. So if you see if you see the path, you will see that this area is irrigated. This area is irrigated. This area is irrigated. This area I have shown you. So this is the way that we make some irrigation planning for the whole area. And this way we need some structures to maintain the level, that is called check structure, and some off-take structures. You also need some spillway. Maybe you need one spillway here, you may need one spillway here, you may need a spillway here also. So why you need this spillway? The canal, when the water will go to the canal, then there will be some sedimentation in the canal. To remove this sediment, you need some spillway, and through the spillway, the sediment will be discharged to the river. So you need 2-3 spillway for this command area. The command area of Shahabuddin Canal is quite high. It is around, if we measure it, it is around 2,300 hectares. So, and the perimeter is 17 kilometer miles. It should be in kilometer. So it will be 27.3 kilometer. So this is the thing that you have to know in irrigation planning. So in irrigation planning also you have to see what are the structures, what are the other canals are over here. In Shahabuddin Canal is here. You might have another structure here. Here is one structure called Gurgurak structure. So Gurgurak structure is also taking some water. So when you plan this Shahabuddin Canal, then you have to assess the low water flow of the river, and then you have to assess also the irrigation requirement of the Gurgurak Canal. And there is also another canal is here. Here is, I think, there is some Wajgari intake over here. So there are many structures is here. So for the diversion of water for agriculture purpose. So you have to assess all the water requirement, and then you can understand how much water you need for the uh, your Shahabuddin Canal, how much remaining for the Shahabuddin Canal. So accordingly you have to plan. And the river, for his channel maintenance, need also some water. So you have to keep some water for the river for the channel maintenance. So this is to be estimated on the basis of the availability of water. So there is also another point in the when you plan any irrigation canal or any irrigation intake, you should study the area of very nicely. What about the flooding situation of the intake? Suppose you have an intake structure, gated intake structure, but the there is flood coming from here and inundates the canal, and it will pass and it will damage some houses and in the downstream, or it may damage the canal. So these things may happen. Therefore, you need to know the level of this place and the water level, high flood level and the level of the water. Here we have seen 601.5 is the water. This is the uh, section. If you make a section, you can see here 600 and here 602 like this. This side is higher. Here is 601 is the water level. So 1 meter of flood is over here, and this will go to the irrigation canal, and then it will damage the irrigation canal and other things. So you may need some flood protection arrangement in the intake side. So you have to study other cross sections also. You will, when you make this type of planning, then you have to know the topography of the area, then you can find out what is the elevation over here. If you see this one, it is 602, 601. So this side is little bit lower. Still, this is lower, and this side is higher. But the here is water level is 602 actually. So there will be some flooding over this place. You can see 601 here. So it will be some flooding over here, and the flood water will inundate the Shahabuddin intake. Therefore, what we do? We have a protection work over here, around 4 to 500 meter of protection work, so that no flood water can enter in the Shahabuddin Canal area. So these things you have to study during your planning phase. The area is flooded or not, you have to assure that one. Then you have to put some retaining wall or flood dike as per the requirement of the site. So that's all from my side. If you have any question, you can raise it and I will answer it, or my colleagues will answer it. Thank you for listening the program.